The reason why Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton don't get along. Meghan Markle is the first American to marry into the British royal family since Wallis Simpson in 1937. Since her wedding to Prince Harry in May, there have been tensions that some insiders blame on a culture clash. Veteran royal aides might not be used to the say it as you see it American mentality, a palace insider tells People. Meghan, 37, has yet to announce which patronages she will back as a member of the royal family, but it's clear she has ambitions to advance education and empowerment for women and young girls around the world. Her first solo project as the Duchess of Sussex, a cookbook launched to support a community kitchen, spearheaded that cause. The palace is a magical place, and it is also a place where all you hear is no, 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 a source in royal circles says of the confining rules that govern royal life. Adds a source close to the family, the most difficult job in the royal family is to work with Meghan's ambitions and make them realizable. She will get frustrated if she is told, you can't do this or can't do that. Kate Middleton, on the other hand, has maneuvered herself in a different way, but she is still strong. Prince William's wife, 36, grew up in the English countryside with entrepreneur parents Carol and Mike Middleton. In addition to knowing her place as the future queen, she has immersed herself into life as a mother to the couple's 3 children, Prince George, 5, Princess Charlotte, 3, and Prince Louis, 8 months. William and Kate have created their own nest, and they are confident in what they're doing, says the insider. Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton are 2 very different women, say royal insiders, and many factors have led to their reported feud. Meghan Markle has been stirring headlines in recent weeks for allegedly feuding with Kate Middleton, her new sister-in-law. Royal experts consulted believe the reports may be true, to a certain extent. The first signs of distress came in November, when The Telegraph reported that Meghan, 37, made Kate, 36, cry over an argument involving bridesmaid dresses for the former Suits star's wedding to Britain's Prince Harry, 34. The American actress said "I do" to Harry in a televised wedding ceremony in May of this year. The alleged tension between the 2 duchesses has been widely rumored as the reason behind the announcement of Meghan and Harry moving out of London's Kensington Palace, where Middleton resides with her husband and Harry's older brother, Prince William, 36. Royal expert Leslie Carroll, who recently published a book entitled American Princess, The Love Story of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, told Fox News that while she didn't believe there was an ongoing war between Meghan and Kate, she wasn't surprised the 2 women may have clashed at times. I think they're very different women, Carroll said. They seem to get along very well as professionals, as 2 duchesses who are going to be working together on charitable things. But they do have very different personalities. Kate is obviously very British. She's very reserved and quiet. She's going to be the future queen, so she's doing everything she is supposed to do. And in comes this whirlwind of an American who is ambitious and has a social conscience. Carroll pointed out that at the time of the purported bridesmaid dresses incident, Kate was still recovering from giving birth to her 3rd child, Prince Louis, on April 23. Therefore, she would have naturally been in a more emotional state while Meghan was attempting to navigate her new life leading up to the royal wedding. Kate was postpartum at that time, Carroll said. She's hormonal and sensitive. And the first thing anyone has ever said about Meghan was how kind she was. Her sorority sisters, her former teachers, the first word that came to anyone's mind was kind. So the fact that Meghan was not kind implies other things were going on. She had so much on her plate, it wouldn't have been surprising if she did snap. Ingrid Seward, the editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine, has been covering the royal family since 1980s and has written over 20 books on the subject. Her latest, My Husband and I, analyzes the marriage of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. She agrees with Carroll's analysis. People forget Meghan is an LA girl, Seward said. It's very different for her to suddenly come here and marry into the royal family. It's very, very difficult. I think Meghan thought she had an ally in Kate. But everything happened so quickly. Kate was pregnant and unwell. And then she had a new baby. So she couldn't give Meghan the attention she expected. And I think that's when things started to sour. I'm afraid there is some truth in these stories. I don't think it's so much of a rivalry as much as these are two very different women that just don't have to be the best of friends. Why should they? Both experts agree that Meghan and Harry's plans to live in Frogmore Cottage has nothing to do with the so-called feud rocking the monarchy. They said Harry had always yearned to leave London for quieter, more private pastures. I don't think Harry moving out has anything to do about the fallout with his brother, Seward said. Kensington Palace is a huge enclave. It's like a village. And Harry always felt very restrictive living there. He has said as much. And I think he wanted to be away from Kensington Palace and the royals there. Maybe he wasn't getting on with his brother as he used to, but families are like that. You don't have to get on with your sibling all the time. Carol said the move made perfect sense for Meghan and Harry, who are expecting their first child in the spring. They really want to be outside of the public, Carol said. Harry has always felt that he couldn't protect his mother, Princess Diana, from the paparazzi, so he's trying to do that for Meghan. The intense scrutiny surrounding Meghan, both royal experts say, is partly due to her father's side of the family frequently speaking out to the press. Meghan's half-sister Samantha, in particular, has publicly criticized her famous sibling on social media, insisting the royal has made zero attempts in reaching out to their father. Carol shared that while the palace was known for ignoring tabloids, this wouldn't stop Meghan's family from speaking out. I think it would be nice if Meghan did reach out to her father and have a quiet sit-down somewhere that's not the palace and introduce him to his grandchild, Samantha said recently. Seward said that the lack of communication between Meghan and her father, 74-year-old Thomas Markle, who was noticeably absent on her wedding day, has only fueled more speculation, backfiring any attempts made by the palace to stay quiet. I think it's sad for Meghan, she said. And I think the British people find it very difficult to understand that she doesn't have any contact with her father. I think they also find it difficult to understand that she and Harry didn't even go to meet the father before they got engaged. I think the trouble goes back there. Before any of these problems surfaced, why didn't they go over there or get him to come over here, make him feel welcome, as you would with any in-law? Especially when it reflects badly on Meghan and Harry. No one comes out a winner in this situation. Remember, the father didn't speak to the media initially. He kept very quiet, so he was not at fault. Had they made the effort to go visit him, these problems may not have risen. He's never met Harry, which is quite odd. I don't understand it. Despite the negative publicity Markle has been receiving, Carol noted she did have an ally in Prince Charles, Harry's father. The 70-year-old, who is next in line to the throne, walked Meghan down the aisle on her wedding day after her own father wasn't able to make it after saying he needed heart surgery. Prince Charles said Meghan was the best thing that ever happened to Harry, Carol said. Who would have thought Charles had this warm and fuzzy side to him? He's got a framed photograph of him walking Meghan down the aisle. Obviously, he appreciates strong women. That's the Camilla factor, the strong woman in his life. Both royal experts said reports of a rivalry between Meghan and Kate would fade as the press focused on the next hot gossip. However, both warned the intense scrutiny surrounding Meghan would only intensify once she gave birth next year. The reason why we are obsessed with the royal family is that it is a 1,000-year-old soap opera, Carol said.